So within the past 1 year, Airac's growth has been tremendous. He's got all over social media and he's got more than 10 million subscribers, which compared to mine is so, with gaining popularity, what do YouTubers usually do? They launch their products. So, like Mr. Beast, Eric launched Pizzafy, a sauce which he claims can turn anything into pizza. And when I logged into his website and saw this, oh my god, the design and packaging looks so good that I thought to redesign this. Yes, me, a 16-year-old who is struggling with college semesters. So in this video, I'm going to try and redesign Pizzafy in the same old style. Take this video as a challenge and I will try to keep this video as entertaining as I can. So we are back into Adobe Illustrator and the first thing we are going to do is make the primary logo. So now if you look at the Pizzafy original logo, you can see that the letter placement is in a zigzag formation. So for my primary logo, I am going with the text Akira. So this is a modern serif font. It is bold and dominant. So I had two variations for my primary logo or text logo. One was plainly the text, and in the second one I would just copy it to object, expand it, and after expanding I would just ungroup it. Then I will select this Z and make it a bit smaller. So in this way it adds up to the personality, but as you can clearly see that this is not suiting well. And as a new designer, if I group this and make this a bit smaller, it is not quite scalable. So for our primary logo, I think this font is good. Moreover, for this specific packaging, we are focusing more on illustration. So now I will just open Photoshop, and as you can see, this is a concept of illustration which I have sketched on paper. So now I have to import this in Illustrator. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to make an exposure layer. After that I will increase the exposure a bit. I will try to play with the offset so that the illustration is clean and there is a bit of contrast. After this you can go to file, export and export as PNG. I have already done it. So after you have imported your image from Photoshop, what you can do is you can press Ctrl 2 to lock the image so that it doesn't move while you are illustrating. Then you can select the pencil tool and start tracing it. By the time you are watching the time lapse, I must say that I have started using the pen tablet. It's been more than a month I have switched over from mouse to pen tablet and it helps a lot. It is not an expensive one compared to an iPad. It will definitely change your design games. I'll put the link in the description of the pen tablet I'm using, and this segment was totally not sponsored. So for now I have completed with my current illustration. This is the main illustration and the main attraction of our packaging. So now I am just going to make it a bit bigger so you can clearly see. I also added the tomatoes, and this was not planned, but then I improvised a bit. So what I'm going to do next is we are going to make the main cover of our packaging. For that I'm going to select the artboard tool and make a new artboard. After I have made the artboard, I would just copy this illustration here. After copying, I would just make a group of the illustration and then align the illustration. After you have aligned the illustration, I'm just going to press Ctrl 2 so that I can easily lock the illustration. Then I'm going to select a rectangle tool. I'm going with stroke. We are going to round off the corners and I will increase the stroke size a bit, and then I am just going to align it. After you have aligned it, you can click here. I am going to select type on path, and here we will just type Pizzafy. So after typing the Pizzafy, you can adjust the settings of how do you want your text to be placed. So I will just quickly do it. What I'm going to do next is I am going to add the text. So as you can see here in the Pizzafy description, turn anything into pizza. So this is our main tagline. So we are going to add our main tagline out here. So I think this is looking good. The tagline is also something that will attract the viewer's eye. I think so I should make it a bit smaller, and then I should group it. If you don't know, you can press Ctrl G on your keyboard. I don't know for Mac, for Windows it's Ctrl G. So then we are just going to align it. So after this is looking pretty much good, something what I have expected when I was sketching. So we will take another rectangle, then I'm going to just round off the corners. We'll convert into stroke somewhere around here, and then we are going to create another rectangle. I'm going to cut it off from here. This would be a shape. We will select both of them, then we will select shape builder, press alt and then delete. After that you can zoom in a bit, press A, and I will delete one of the dots. And at last, cherry on the top, I'm going for the ellipse tool, and for now I'm going for the fill one, and we are going to place each at the end of the line. We are going to place these cherry tops. So I'm just going to duplicate it another time and here. So I think this is pretty much it. This is the main covering of our packaging Pizzafy. I think the concept is looking quite good. Now I will unlock all of them, and I think there should be a bit spacing. So we will open the character panel, and after opening you can just scroll here. So I think 25. So pretty much I have completed with my front covering. After the front cover of the packaging was completed, I needed to make some illustration for the how to use manual and what are the ingredients in the sauce. A point to be noted that all the taglines I am using for the packaging are from the official Pizzafy packaging, which you can find on their Instagram. So I'm done with all my illustration of the how to use manual and what are the ingredients. So as you can see, this is the illustration for the ingredient, and these are some more illustration on the how to use. I've also done some research and also tried different concepts out here, but I think so this was one of the concept which I thought was good. But yes, so now we are going to make the official label of the Pizzafy packaging. So I am just going to make another artboard which would look more of a strip. Then after that we are going to place a rectangle. So I am going to just go here, place a rectangle, and then so now I will just round off and give it a very light and insignificant yellow color. So I'm done with everything. I have also made a fake ingredient table so that I can add in the packaging label. So after we have aligned this, I'm just going to lock this, and then I'm just going to group our ingredient table. I have added the ingredient table. It's now time to add some information about the product. So I'm just going to write something, then I'm just going to highlight certain things such as Pizzafy, and then turn. So some of the keywords that I'm going to highlight, and then we are going to select this and change the color. So with Pizzafy turn anything into pizza, this looks good. So after that I have to go and check on the original packaging of how they have done it. So I will just wrap it up fast. So I will meet you after I have completed the original label of the design. And at last, I really don't know if the original design was better or the one I redesigned. But the one thing I know for sure is that I learned a lot through the process of illustration. So without any further delay, presenting Pizzafy. I have given the link of my Behance in the description, so go and follow me there. And if you love short form content, you can check out my Instagram. I upload reels daily. It was a joke. All the links are given in the description. And with that, I would like to end this video.
I'm only going to get this done. You must be in my jeans. I got a laptop in my back pocket. My pinnacle walk when I hat cock it. Got a fat snap from that back pocket. Made a living and a killing off it. Ever since Bill Clinton was still in office. With all the good looking people.